You know, I think about all the big games we played in this building, non-playoff games, playoff games, and those are the things that will always, you know, stick out in your mind and you always remember. And people will always remember that. You know, regardless of what happens in the Rafters, I look up there when I go up there. There's a banner, and that's what makes it so special.
All right, part 2 of the Garden Report. Let's talk about Ray Allen because we have
Ray.
Hey, Ray. We have to talk about Ray Allen. That's
That's
just how it works for the first year or two.
Of course. He's only making one trip this year, so
yeah. So he talked a lot before the game. Not surprising. It was about 20, 25 minutes.
I miss those days.
Yeah.
Guaranteed a pregame story out of Ray Allen.
He was excited to see you. He gave you a big hug before the game.
Of course. It wasn't a hug. It was.
He asked, how old are you now?
It was a cool high five. Yeah, like I was like 12 or something.
Yeah. Back when you met Ray, maybe you were. I don't know.
I know.
Okay.
I was like 14 and a half. I'm gonna be 15 soon.
Well, I think you inspired him because he had 14 points, but he only won 1 for 4 from deep. And
Yeah.
I thought the most notable part, though, was that when he missed his only free throw miss of the night, there was a bit of a cheer
saw
there.
that, yeah.
Yeah, there were
I
some
was
people
shocked.
pretty happy to see that.
I'm sure that's what he's thinking about on the plane ride out of here tonight, is that missed free throw.
That must be it. Well, being serious, that's the kind of stuff that Ray Allen probably gets.
That's what I mean. No, I am being serious.
It's true.
I am being serious because he's one of the best free throw shooters in the NBA. Always has been, and I know he takes hundreds and hundreds of free throws. I don't know. I don't want to say a day, but definitely a week.
Yeah, he takes a lot of them.
But anyways, I'm not going to focus on the missed free throw. But it was good to see Ray. I actually missed him last year. I didn't see him last year. Didn't make the game, so. And I actually emotionally missed him as well. But Spoelstra talked about Ray before the game, and somebody said, you know, what's Ray, you know, how's Ray playing for you guys? And Spoelstra was basically saying, no, he's Ray Allen. You know, he's doing what he's always done for his entire career. He's hitting big shots when he need it. I think he's picking up his game a little bit down the stretch here, and they're going to need him because you saw LeBron with the back issue tonight, which wasn't really, I don't think, much of anything. I mean, back spasms.
He was wearing that thing around his stomach back area that looked like
he could have played. I get it, though. My point is, like, with guys taking days off here and there, with D. Wade, they need a guy like Ray who keeps his body in tip-top shape, and unless it's a fluke injury, you can probably count on Ray to be out there on the court. So we already know the types of shots he can hit if you watch the playoffs. You know the three-pointers that he hits. So he's huge for them. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have his ups and downs over the course of the season, but you know that at the end, when you need Ray Allen to be Ray Allen, he's going to be there.
You still want him taking the shot.
I mean, if you look at the finals last year, he didn't have a great series all around, but he was there when they needed him with 5 seconds left in Game 6, and he hit the biggest shot of his career. Of anybody's
maybe
career.
like of the last 20
He hit
years.
the best shot in the history
was,
of basketball.
When people,
not even exaggerating, right?
No.
Like
when people
there,
people say, "Oh, I bet you Ray regrets the way things end," it's like, dude, did you see?
He had like the
game?
hallmark moment, the
like,
defining moment of his career.
He would do that 100 million times over again, knowing that's what's going to happen. If he knew that's what's going to happen.
Okay, so the thing that everyone was talking about tonight was the number retirement. Ray said that he's actually never had his number retired for any team he's played for.
Yeah, UConn,
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, or his high school basketball team, whatever. That,
the high school
it'll
team's
happen,
holding
yes.
out.
Yeah, so we had a poll up on Celtics blog, and it was 60-40 no of whether his number should be retired.
Yeah.
Huh.
What do you guys say?
I think that number will decline over time. I think that if you give it 5 years, it'll be 60-40 yes at the very least. I think that, you know, the fact that he left is still kind of raw in people's minds, and they're still kind of been out of shape over it. But I really don't blame Ray for leaving. I mean, if you look at the Celtics, what they were doing at the time, they signed Jason Terry. You know, they're trying to get younger.
Signing, looking back.
I mean, yeah, looking
at the
back.
time, it
that
was
backfired
cool.
pretty miserably.
That backfired pretty bad. And, you know, they were trying to get younger. They were trying to rebuild, and Ray Allen wasn't part of their plans. And you can't blame the guy for saying, no, I want to go someplace that values me more and wants to use me to win a championship.
I want to move to Miami.
I mean,
chill
yeah.
on the beach. I think I saw a picture of his house. It's like a nasty house on the beach. Like you don't get anything like that around here.
No, I mean, moving from Wellesley to Miami Beach, like, get out of here. Come on.
He was talking about how he doesn't have to deal with the snow and everything anymore.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Although he said he has critters and bugs now in the house, so I guess that's different beasts.
Yeah,
Literally,
and you know he
with.
still gets the New England weather because this is his. You know, he lives in Connecticut in the off season, so he's got the best of both worlds if you think about it. I don't blame him for leaving. I mean, I'm sure that he wished it would have ended a little differently. I don't think he wanted it to end that way, but I don't think he regrets what happened after. You know what I mean? In terms of his retirement, I don't know. I can see the argument for both. I mean, he wasn't here that long.
5 years?
Which isn't that
Yeah,
long when you
it's not that
consider
long.
retiring a number. They won one championship, which is great, but a lot of players have won multiple championships that aren't going to get the numbers.
He
retired.
did go all the way to Game 7 though against the Lakers and losing.
Okay, but
and
they lost.
There's the 1 year where KG got hurt, where they probably would have made it very.
I get it. I get it. They were
but
on
it didn't
teams.
actually. But it didn't actually happen.
I mean, you don't give out second
It's
medals for second
hypothetical.
place. Yeah. I mean, if you want to put them up in the Rafters because they almost won a championship, you can't make that argument.
Well, hold on. I mean,
we all know. Well, we know that they are good teams, but at the end of the day, they won one championship. He was on the team for 5 seasons. He was never the best player on the team. He was the 3rd best, and you can make the argument. You can make the argument.
He was the 4th best the whole time, wasn't he? I mean, maybe not 08.
No, like it took it 2 years. And then
listen, you can make the argument that you can raise the number, but you can probably make a stronger argument that you shouldn't be. But the only reason you would, a lot of it would be sentimental, which right now is kind of like sour grapes right now. So there's not enough sentimental, like, I guess, reasoning behind raising his number. But as you said, a few years from now, maybe that will outweigh the statistical aspect of it.
Yeah. Well, here's the question. If Rondo gets traded right now, who's more deserving of their number retired, Rondo or Ray Allen?
It's a good question.
Right? Because Rondo's had that championship.
It's got to be Rondo.
He's been through all those playoff runs. He's been a better player for most of that time.
Right. It's got to be
But
Rondo.
nobody talks about Rondo getting his number retired.
It's good. I like it.
I don't know. Jared's thinking.
My brain is completely destroyed by this question.
Yeah.
Because Ray
like
definitely
that,
was a bigger component of the title team.
Yeah, he was better for that 1 year. But then
that's the
look
most
at 09.
important. That's the most important part. And then in 09, they were pretty even. Don't forget, Ray had some unbelievable.
He had the
games.
50-point game in the playoffs against the Bulls.
For everything that Rondo did in
happened.
those 2 series, Ray pretty much matched that.
Ray did.
So, but after that point, Rondo definitely pulls ahead of Ray.
Oh yeah.
But
in the finals in 2010, if they win, who's MVP?
Rondo.
Yeah, it's gotta be Rondo.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you just use that same argument with Ray that they got to the.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I just think that's a good question. I mean.
Yeah. So if you're the
it has
fourth
to
best
do with
player,
the player's likability at the end of the day.
No, it doesn't. I mean it has
that's
to do
why
with the
everyone's
fact that
saying
he's
Ray.
the 4th best player on a team that won 1 title. Like,
Yeah, because Ray's a very likable player.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But like, if he wasn't so likable, I don't think you'd
I
be
see.
hearing all these people clamoring that he should get his number raised.
well, I mean, you say that he's likable, but Rondo and Ray Allen detest each other. And whose side do you think the fans are taking?
I don't know.
The guy that's left. The guy that's left.
I guess Rondo.
You know what,
but
Rondo?
it seems to be a lot of Rondo. There's a lot of Rondo love, but there's also seems to be a lot of people who want Rondo at the door too.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is, I don't think Rondo's lack of likability has ever been an issue for him because he's such a spectacular player that everyone agrees that he's not a guy that you want to go and get a drink with, but he's a guy that you absolutely
drink
I would
with
get a drink with Rondo. Yeah.
So let me rephrase that. He's the kind of guy you don't want him to do the toast at your wedding. Maybe he's not a nice.
I would love to have
He's not a
Rondo do that.
warm.
What are we talking about?
If
I'll
you're not
probably
a bitter,
invite him.
sarcastic person like Evans Clinching, Rondo is not an exuberantly energetic, friendly guy to talk to if you're a reporter. How about
Okay,
that?
he's probably not meant to be a doorman.
There we go.
Okay.
But very few people do not want him to be the face of their franchise. The only question is whether you can win the title with him. But as far as just what he does on the court, everybody loves him, and it completely overshadows whatever issues they have with his doorman ability. Basically.
Sure.
We've been talking for a long time, just pointing that out.
Okay, so
It's a hot topic.
quickly, Chris Babb,
Now it is.
10-day
Chris Babb.
about to expire. He said that he does not know if he's going to get that signing for the rest of the season. Quickly, do you guys think that's going to happen?
I think so. I mean, they have a need for him. Like like Brad Stevens said, he's a wing player with size. They don't really have any of those with Joe Wallace hurt. He really fits into this team and what they need. So yeah, why not?
I agree. I think at this point there's 15 games left, 14 games left in the season.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Go sign another guy for 10 days? I think he does fit a need. They didn't use him tonight, so I don't know what exactly huge need they have. But there are going to be games where they slip him in there for a handful of minutes and he does his thing. He's an insurance guy. I don't think it's a big deal either way. I think it would be nice if they re-upped him because based on what I've heard from his teammates and the coaching staff, he's a great guy. He's a great teammate. He works hard. So why not reward the guy and give him that deal for the rest of the season?
Why not?
All right.
Part 3, Garden Report, boxing and balling coming up. Stay tuned.
We haven't talked about it at all. Don't know what will happen at the end of that. Know that we are thin on wings with size. And so, that being said, obviously he's a wing with size. What we do moving forward, I don't know. I love having him around. I think he's great, and he's an unbelievable teammate. I think when he's played, he's given us good minutes.